What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this is going to be a sad Sunday as the New York Giants have benched Eli Manning. Eli Manning has not missed a start. He's been a starter for the New York Giants since November 21st, 2004. So that's 14 years ago. It's November 30th today. I know you guys have been waiting for my video about this. And I'm bringing it out to you pretty late as far as my reaction and thoughts go. But today is actually my birthday, so I'm 20 years old today, and that marks that I've been watching Eli Manning play since I was 6 years old, and that's pretty crazy to even think about because he's been my starting quarterback since I was 6 years old. And now Geno Smith is coming to replace him. And it's not even like, the next quarterback of the future. It's not like when Kurt Warner was starting for us back in 2004 and then Eli Manning came in afterwards. It's not like that. It's Eli Manning, who's a Hall of Fame quarterback, two-time Super Bowl champion, two-time Super Bowl MVP, being benched for a bust with the New York Jets. Talking about the New York Jets that draft a quarterback every single year. One of them being Geno Smith. And not even they wanted him. And we bring him up, and now he's our starter this week. And probably not the rest of the season. Davis Webb will get some starts too. But, to put it in context, Eli Manning was given the opportunity to start these games but not finish them. He declined not to do that because it would have been a selfish thing. In my perspective, he didn't elaborate on that, but in my perspective, it would have been selfish for him to start these games and then not finish them and just allow his team to lose. He's a team player. He wants to stick with his team the whole way. So, what would it look like for his teammates that he's just trying to chase a record, chase a consecutive start record while he doesn't finish these games and allow his team to lose? So, that's the competitor in him, that's the team player in him, and that's why we love Eli. That's why nobody ever said anything bad about Eli. Tom Coughlin thinks of Eli as his son. Tom Coughlin came out and said that this is a ridiculous decision. It's shocking. You got guys like Antrel Rolle, who doesn't even play for the Giants anymore, considers the Giants his home. A big part of that was because of Eli Manning. You're talking about Antrel Rolle, who recruited Olivier Vernon to go play with the New York Giants. So he loves the New York Giants, and he spoke very highly of Eli Manning in an Instagram post. So did Justin Tuck. He said he was referring to Tom Coughlin and Eli Manning, saying, "That's my coach, that's my quarterback." And a lot of people are coming. I think O.C. Umenyiora even came out and said something. A lot of people coming out and saying Stephen A. Smith, who has had his fair share of criticism towards Eli Manning, saying that he was done in the NFL and that we should start looking for a new candidate at quarterback and that he should be gone soon. Even he said that this was a disgrace to the franchise, that Ben McAdoo should be out of here, and this is definitely a reason why he should lose his job, and Jerry Reese should lose his job. You've got Mike Francesca, who I believe is on the Yes Network, covers like New York sports and stuff like that. He said to Ben McAdoo, he was saying in reference to Ben McAdoo, he said, take a look at Eli Manning's 2 Super Bowl rings, take a real good look at them because that's the closest you'll ever be getting to seeing one. Or getting one rather, because implying that he would never get a Super Bowl ring with the New York Giants or any team for that matter. So that it speaks volumes to why Jerry Reese and Ben McAdoo need to go. When you put an offense together like they did this year and expect Eli Manning to come out and ball out, it's ridiculous. You got Paul Perkins, who I was never a believer in. A lot of people jumped on his bandwagon, believe the hype. It's understandable. I was never, I feel like I'm the running back whisperer because I always know when a running back is good or when a running back is bad. That's my favorite position. Hence Kid Blue RB27. My favorite position is running back. I knew Paul Perkins was complete trash. I knew Orleans Darkwa. I've been saying Orleans Darkwa should be a starter 3 years ago. Even with Orleans Darkwa, he's not a game changer running back. He's just the best running back on our team right now. I would not be opposed to drafting a running back that's really good in this coming draft. Our wide receivers, they were all right coming into the season. Brandon Marshall was probably the weak link there. I really love Sterling Shepard. You gotta love Odell Beckham. But you can't blame Eli because they got injured, and now Tavares King and Roger Lewis and Travis Rudolph as your starters at wide receiver. You can't expect anything. We won a game with those three wide receivers. We beat Kansas City with those wide receivers. We beat Denver with those wide receivers. We didn't put up huge numbers on the board, but Eli Manning was able to manage the game that way. And Ben McAdoo came out in the Kansas City game and said he allowed Eli Manning to do his own thing. And what happened? We beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, no, sure, they're having their slump right now. They're 1-5 ever since they started 5-0. They're 6-5 right now. But we beat them. We were a one-win team. We were the worst team in the NFL. We lost to the San Francisco 49ers. And we beat the Kansas City Chiefs because we allowed Eli Manning to take control of that game. I don't know if you guys know that, but he took control of that game, and he won the game with those wide receivers, with that offensive line. The offensive line, guys, is ridiculous for us. I don't even think DJ Fluker is healthy, so I don't know who's at left guard as of right now. You guys correct me on this, but I'm going to say DJ Fluker is there at that left guard spot. Eric Flowers at left tackle. Center, Brett Jones. Right guard, you've got John Jalapeno, who had a decent preseason, but he's not good, right? And then you got Chad Wheeler, who was a standout undrafted free agent for us that we were very excited about, but he didn't really succeed. I mean, he was undrafted, so it's not like he had much expectations, but a lot of Giants fans hoped that he would be a guy that we can get ahead and start, but he hasn't been good, especially at right tackle. He has not been good. So the offensive line is all mangled. It's garbage, and you expect Eli Manning to not get sacked there. You expect Eli Manning to not be pressured and throw an interception. Think about it. With that offensive line and how much times he's been pressured, guys, he was on like a 5-game no interception streak. It was ridiculous. And yet they still think Eli is the problem. Ben McAdoo said he's at peace with benching Eli Manning. That to me is a complete insult. He came out and said that Geno Smith gives them a better chance to win. That's a complete insult. And to put things into perspective right now, and we're going to get into how just how much of a team player Eli Manning is and how much he loves this team. And I wish he could stick around here after his quarterback days are over. Eli now is with the second team offense. And if you guys don't know, the first team offense, the QB1, the quarterback for the first team offense, has their personal ball boy. When you throw an when you throw incompletion, or you do complete the ball, or whatever it is, after you throw the ball, you have your own ball boy to give you the ball back. Give you all your balls back. When you're on the second team offense, you don't get that luxury. You have to go get your own balls. Eli Manning is now being treated just like one of the guys. He's not being treated like the king he is of the New York Giants. He's not being treated as the legend he is for the New York Giants. He's getting his own balls. He's walking to go get his own balls. Everybody's looking at him walk, and you're telling me that Ben McAdoo's at peace with this decision? I mean, it's the little things. I know it's a little thing to think about, but this guy's won 2 Super Bowls for us. This guy laid it out on the line for the New York Giants. He loves this team. He was upset about being drafted by the Chargers, and he was ecstatic to come to come to the New York Giants. He laid it all on the line for us. There was a point where I forgot what game it was, and forgive me, guys, I forgot what game it was, but when that game where he was just bleeding from forehead to chin, just gushed in blood, and he still never missed a start. I mean, that is Eli Manning for you. That's why they call him Eli Iron Man Manning. 210 games in, and he's still healthy. He's a healthy scratch this week. It's just nonsense that we have to start Geno Smith over him. And a little context of how great Eli Manning is. I mean, he's already starting to get Davis Webb accustomed. They were talking about it was David Deal. As you guys know, David Deal he worked with Fox as a color commentator. And he also works with the New York Giants media, so he was there at the New York Giants facility, and they were going to get something to eat at the cafeteria, at the New York Giants cafeteria, and saw nobody in that cafeteria except Eli Manning and Davis Webb. Eli was mentoring Davis Webb there. I mean, how great is that? It's not like a situation with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, where Brett Favre just didn't care about mentoring Aaron Rodgers whatsoever because he was selfish. And Eli Manning is in a worse situation than Brett Favre was. Eli Manning's literally getting benched for Geno Smith right now. He's now a quarterback. He's now a backup quarterback, and he's over here mentoring this young quarterback who a lot of people are saying could be the next Eli Manning for the New York Giants, and I hope he is, because I really don't want to draft a quarterback in this draft coming up. Not saying anything against the quarterbacks, I just think we have other needs. You guys know we have other needs, so I really hope Davis Webb turns out to be the quarterback that he should be. So, number 10, I'm speaking for all Giants fans, and I allow you guys to come back on the bandwagon, those of you that jumped off and saying, by the way, I don't understand how you guys think that getting rid of Eli Manning doesn't mean he'll start these games. Means that he'll still start these games. A lot of people that were saying in the beginning of the year, Eli needs to go, let's get Davis Webb in, la 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 la. Those people are the same people coming out and saying that this is a bad decision by the New York Giants and how it's so disrespectful and stuff like that. You do know if you guys get a new quarterback, he won't be starting these games, right? Eli won't be starting these games, right? You know that. But I'll allow you some grace. I'll allow you to get back on the bandwagon, but you got to hurry up because this boat's getting pretty full right now. Everybody's jumping back on. So I'm going to speak for all Giants fans right now. Eli, we appreciate everything that you've done. You're heart of New York right now, and you're the heart of New York right now. In the past and right now, you're still the heart of New York. And I honestly think you've united Giants fans. I never thought and this is not a bias thing, I never thought as the Giants being a divided group like the Dallas Cowboys. There's a lot, when Tony Romo left, everybody was divided. I think Eli Manning being benched unified a lot of Giants fans. We all agree on the same thing. Those of us that hated Eli, those of us that loved Eli are now unifying and giving mutual respect for Eli. He gave us 2 Super Bowls. A lot of teams never have won a Super Bowl. A lot of teams have their quarterback only win 1 Super Bowl. I think he's like one of 5 quarterbacks to win over 1 Super Bowl. Has multiple Super Bowl rings, something like that. He's one of the best quarterbacks to ever live. I'm not gonna come out and say he's top 10 quarterback because he's not, okay. But he's my quarterback, and I would not trade him for anything in the world right now. This is my guy, man. He's not even having a bad season right now, and yet they still have to bench him, which doesn't make sense. This guy laid it all out on the line for us. I think if we put a better team around Eli, I think he could have won. I'm gonna come out and say I think he could have won more Super Bowls. I'm gonna be completely honest with you and say we could have won more Super Bowls. When we did win our Super Bowls in 2007 and 2011, we were wild card teams. Eli had to fight his way through the playoffs to go win. We had to fight against Brett Favre. We had to fight against a whole bunch of other quarterbacks, and then Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers in both those years, both those seasons, respectively. And then at the tippy top, at the Super Bowl, we had to face Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, twice, and we beat him. Eli beat him. It's sad to see Eli Manning's gone now, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This definitely unifies Giants fans, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.